Hi, and hello, everyone. Anthony Fantano here, internet's busiest music nerd. I hope you are doing well. It's time for the weekly track roundup, my thoughts and my feelings on a bunch of music that dropped over the last week, whether I loved it or hated it, felt somewhere in between. It's all linked down below so you could check it out for yourself, hear it on your own, make your own decisions, explore, form your own opinions for once, buddy, huh? Also linked down below, link to our sponsor, good people over at The Ridge, still making these great metal-plated, sleek, minimalist wallets that are tougher than my teeth. Hit up that link down link down below. Promo code MELON, 10% off the order. All you got to know. Also, Turntablelab link, another link, that's down there, and we get kickback from that if you buy some vinyl or turntable stuff. Check it out. Also, our Patreon page, get some awesome extra bonus monthly content. Patreon only lets argues, classic album live stream, listening parties, access to our Discord community. Peep it, all right? And one more shout out, King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard have just put out like a massively lengthy track. I think it's like an EP or like a mini project or something, but it's like this massively long song. I've not heard it yet. I haven't listened to it, so I can't slip the track into any one section of this video here as I normally would. But my plan eventually is to hear it and then give a review of some sort, I suppose. But I'm just here to point at it and tell you to check it out in case it has slipped by you. And I again, shout out to this really lengthy ass track from King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. All right. Worst tracks of the week. We have a couple. We have a few. They are as follows. Bam, this new one from Porcupine Tree, Of the New Day. What a gutless song. What a gutless, boring, drab, passionless song, which is it's very disheartening to hear Porcupine Tree in this state currently, unfortunately. I mean, I thought that the last single was not too bad, but this one is just complete wind out of the sails. It's just ugh. We also have a new one from Imagine Dragons, Bones. What a silly song about magic bones. This is one of the zaniest tracks I think the band has ever done. I will give it points for being a little funny, but it's still an annoying track at the end of the day, honestly. So, Bones from Imagine Dragons. And we have a new one from the Chainsmokers, just like really soulless, boring vocal IDM with like awful processing on the singing. The vocals just sound like robotic as hell. It's and not even in a cute Daft Punk sort of way. It's sort of like a I really can't even describe it. It's just so bland. Whatever. All right, let's move on to the tracks I was a little on the fence with, but still wanted to shout them out. They are certainly of note. You might enjoy them more than me. They are as follows. New one from Ramstein over here. Zeit. And it's got some merits. I think the opening is quite dramatic and the chords are lovely, but the guitar tone, when the song, like everything drops in and it gets heavy, sucks. The bass is barely there, and there's not a whole lot of body or dynamics to the instrumental too. I feel like around the midpoint, it just starts to dig itself into the ground and just go nowhere fast, honestly. I thought like the initial introductions from their last record were a bit more enticing. This one I'm not so crazy about. We have a new one from Perfume. Legendary, little J-pop project over here with a dreamy, beautiful little ballad over here that's not too bad. Flow is the title. Check it out. We have a track from the new Sunlux little, soundtrack that's on the way, Everything Everywhere All at Once. And this particular track also features Mitski and David Byrne. It's very elegant, it's very ornate, it's very orchestral, and quite, interesting as a crossover. I'm not nuts about it myself, but it's probably not something you want to miss, given all the names involved. We have a new one from Megan Thee Stallion and Dua Lipa, Sweetest Pie, and it's a very generic pop song with a rap tie-in. It's not bad. It's not a bad track at all, but I mean, Megan has had tracks that go way harder. Dua Lipa has been on tunes that are much catchier and have much more creative and colorful production, honestly. it's just very basic for both of them. I mean, it kind of creates very level, even common ground for both of them creatively and doesn't put either artist out of place or in a weird spot where they sound out of their element, but it's just not really all that special, nor is it fireworks either for, two of the biggest artists in hip-hop and pop kind of crossing over for such a big tune. We have a new one from Spiritualized over here, the Mainline song. There are a lot of things I like about this track, but this is too much instrumentation to not be mixed. Like this is barely mixed. You cannot tell me this song is mixed or mixed properly with the way all the extra instrumentation just mushes together horrendously in the way that it does on this track. Now, again, there are aspects of this that I think are really cool. In a way, it sounds almost like if Phil Spector and Brian Wilson wrote a post-rock song. But with that being said, the way it's presented is like really not great, especially for a band with the legendary status that Spiritualized has. We have a new one from Lotto, 21 Savage, Wheelie. It's a trap banger, raunchy lyrics. 21 Savage brings up the back end pretty well. I mean, nothing mind-blowing as far as this sort of stuff goes, but it's certainly pretty good. I think it's certainly proof that people tend to underrate Lotto a little bit here and there. I mean, a lot of people here and they're just, oh, this is trash, this is this, this is that. I mean, I don't think that's the case. I think she makes, fine trap tracks. This one, absolutely nuts. It's okay, but, it's certainly not bad. We have a new one over here from the Black Keys. Dropout Boogie is the name of the new record. Wild Child is our first taste of it. And you know what? It kind of rocks. It kind of rocks. It's got some nice lo-fi guitars, a bit of a swagger to the groove and everything. It goes a little hard. It's certainly more flavorful than anything that was off of Turning Blue a while ago. So, hopefully the Black Keys get their bite back a little bit on this record. All right, we have a new one from Father John Misty over here. Another track, another teaser from this new full-length LP that I thought was just okay. Goodbye, Mr. Blue does have some kind of cute, quaint, country-esque instrumentation on it, but man, if the delivery is not just sleepy as hell, and I think this is one of Mr. Tillman's underwhelming performances, not just vocally, but also lyrically. I mean, usually his lyrics really tend to grip me and pull me into the storytelling of his songs, but that is not just that has not been the case for the past couple of tracks, especially this one over here. I mean, it's pleasant while it's on, it's fine, but it's really not doing too much for me. We have the best tracks of the week. The ones that really stood out to me are as follows. They are, bam, this new one from Bill Wurtz over here, Fly Around. It's pretty. It's got some great chord changes. It's quite fun. A little tongue-in-cheek, as Bill's stuff tends to be a little bit. Sort of sounds like retro-futuristic stuff from the 2000s. Bill is a one-of-a-kind. Bill continues to be one of a kind, and this song is certainly proof of that. All right, we have a new one over here from Superorganism. Really glad they're back. Teenager is the title. It's really quirky, lo-fi, messy, noisy little pop tune with a Chai and Pijama in the mix as well on the track. The hook is a little chaotic, but I think it goes over well and is quite catchy. And yeah, it sort of sounds big and chaotic and fun and a little raw in the way that Superorganism's music tends to sound at its best. So check the track out. We have a new one over here from Rex Orange County, Open a Window, Tyler, the Creator. The new record that he has been working on for quite a bit is out now in full, and I plan to review it very soon. However, I will not be giving too many more thoughts on this track other than to say I love it, and that it's really good because I do plan on reviewing the record very soon. It's a really good track. All right, we have a new one from Rachel Chinouriri over here, who's making Rachel's EP from last year, which I loved, EP of the year, fantastic EP, was really versatile. Had a lot of diversity on it, had a lot of different flavors and angles to it stylistically. And, she's making another clean break on this new track over here into just like a really smooth, lovely little pop rock tune with like an indie edge, some sort of low-key breathy vocals, but a hook that still pops. It's a really good track. It's a good, smooth, lovely little cut. And it's just a good song all around from Rachel. And, continue surprising us with these little genre switches here and there. Sounds good. All right, we have a new one over here from Jenny Hval, another record that I'm hoping to review this week. Her new LP is out now. Freedom is this song. It's a thoughtful, short, little musical ballad / monologue, a meditation on freedom and democracy and just kind of society and modern living. Give it a listen. I think it's an interesting cut and certainly another reason, I think, to listen to her new LP, because I think I heard another track previous to this that was also pretty fire. All right, we have a new one from Ibibio Sound Machine. Hit me with another single off this upcoming record that I love. Production from Hot Chip on this upcoming record. 17, 18, 19 is the name of this new track. Fun chorus, fun grooves, great electro-tinged backing instrumentation, rhythm section, awesome horns as well. Just loving the energy that this band continues to bring, and just cool to hear them continue to evolve. All right, we have a new one from Florence and the Machine, another track off this upcoming record that I think is sounding really good. I've always enjoyed Florence and the Machine a little bit, a somewhat fair amount, but I wouldn't say I've been a fan, honestly. But I'm actually pretty excited for this new record, given how things are shaping up. This particular track over here has a real dance edge to it, but they stick to Florence and the Machine's sort of organic roots instrumentally, but they still make it work. I'm liking it a lot. My Love is the title, and it's just a great, epic, dancey ballad. All right, we have a new one over here that's also very dance-centric, a new single from the great Floating Points, who with Pharoah Sanders made one of the best records of last year, in my opinion, with the London Symphony Orchestra. But this new one over here, again, is a solo piece. It's titled Vocoder. It's a very lengthy cut, undergoes a lot of cool rhythmic and melodic switches. It's very catchy. It's very raw. It's driving. It's visceral. It's a little cerebral and heady as well. And now that I think about it, it just kind of scratches a million different itches. And I'm just loving it. I just think it's a great track all around. All right, we have a new one from Everything. Teletype is their latest single over here. I actually like this one. It's been a while since I think an Everything single has impressed me this much on first listen, and they did so without trying too hard or going as experimental as they've been in the past. I think one of the best things I could say about this track is that, the groove and the progression of it reminds me almost of that of a Coldplay song, but I feel like Everything manages to bring the color and the excitement and the vividness that I feel like a lot of Coldplay's more recent releases often lack, even if they are trying to hit you with a bit of a dance groove. So I'll say it that way. Maybe some people will be turned off by that prospect, but I think it's a somewhat fair assessment. All right, we have a new one, June, from the upcoming Destroyer record. Man, every taste of this album so far has been pretty different, but different in a weird and exciting way. This new one over here, this latest one, is more of a dance cut, but a very loose one, and one that features lots of spoken word passages and poetry from Dan Behar, some of which is a little unhinged and very out there, which, that's when I think Dan is really at his best, frankly. But yeah, this track is great. It's fun. It's multifaceted, at least for me, but it's weird fun. It's odd fun. All right, we have a new one from Automatic as well. This band is actually, I was surprised to find, is signed to a Stones Throw. I mean, Stones Throw always, they'll throw a curveball at you like, hey, here, check out this group over here. I know that you guys know us for all those classic hip-hop releases and everything, but check out this weird-ass post-punk band with huge, noisy, ear-piercing synth rushes. But yeah, this track over here is quite deadpan, strange, a little uneasy and off-putting, but still fun and very visceral and hard-hitting too. Automatic. New Beginning is the name of the track. Check it out. And that has been the weekly track roundup, everybody. Hopefully you got some good recommendations out of this video. Remember, everything I talked about linked down below, so you can check it out for yourself. You're the best. Love you. Anthony Fantano, weekly tracks forever.